So the arrest warrants have been issued. A very special law enforcement, spiritual law enforcement is real, and something's being enforced by way of spiritual law, as commanded, as demanded, as ordained by the divine. This is coming from the highest of realms. Please be sure to check your intuition at the gate. Bring with you your discernments. That is a really good thing to do. Just a recommendation by way of spiritual disclaimer. Welcome to Spiritual Court TV. You know we keep it real. We're going to see exactly what we need to see right now in this moment, although there are a few shadows and people who are trying to pull and tug and make it look like those cycles are on repeat. You and I know that we can see through the shadows in the valley of death. It's just an illusion, something like that. Listen, come on in. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning back, welcome back. Let's see. Arrest warrants have been issued. Spiritual law enforcement is in full effect. Somebody's in spiritual neglect. They neglected to pay attention to the spiritual laws and adhere to them. Oh, that's not good. So when you don't adhere to the spiritual laws, you piss off the gods in the supernatural realm. People need to know that. Those laws have been put in place by gods that have walked this place, walked this earth. They've ascended as masters. And so behind them, they left a set of rules, things that they feel everybody should be able to follow. They're very simple, you know. First, there was the 10 Commandments, very simple list of rules, okay? Don't do this, don't do that. Here's what's going to happen if you do, right? Then you have the laws of Ma'at that's very, detailed, if you will, a little bit more broken down into layman's terms. It is purposefully, with all due respect, made to be remedial so that the easiest of minds can understand it. Even a child knows this to be wrong or right, something like that. I just heard when the children start correcting you, you got a problem. You know, you ever seen children be so honest? They're like, oh, don't do that. That's not right. They're telling that to an adult who should know better. Yeah, you got a problem. Okay, listen, this is what this is about. So somebody was very neglectful. Now the arrest warrants have been issued because somebody thought your life was something to play with. You got some people whose whole life is predicated on what you have going on. So when you break this contract or whatever the karmic debt is or karmic agreement, spiritual contract, when you close the door or the door has been closed on them by way of law and order, I keep hearing divine law and order. Some people feel a way. They don't want to be shut out of a chapter where they don't exist. So what they do is they try to recreate past accounts to try to put themselves back in your energy, or they want to imagine it to be that way, right? Yeah, it's bad business. You got South Node, North Node. Okay, let's see what's going on, Holy Spirit. I love this card. This card loves me back. I love it so much. Consciously, effortlessly, intentionally, divinely ascending to your path. Okay? Because that's what you do on your path. This path belongs to you. Nobody else's name is on it. Now, you might meet other people that are on a very similar path as yourself, also known as your soul tribe, kindred spirits, kindred souls. Why? Because these are people that you also have a spiritual contract with that you're supposed to know at this time. And so you do. And so it's good. It's North Node energy. Now you got a karmic feminine somewhere feeling very karmic about a situation because you're ascending. And so law enforcement has been put in place, spiritual law enforcement. This person has tried to do everything in their power to get into your energy. They've tried to seduce you. They hated on you. They were angry with you. You know, they tried to pretend to like you, love you. Well, not even really you, soul tribe. Okay, kindred soul. Let's be clear. They're doing this to a doll that they made, and what they want to believe is in the image of you, right? I just heard vain images are against spiritual law. Okay, vainglorious prayers. Okay, somebody's very much in their ego. And so now spiritual law enforcement is saying enough. You got to get out of the way. These people are being escorted back to the South Node, as you were saying, to the North Node. New moon energy. Yeah, y'all look good out here. You got that new moon. Did y'all see that star that was right above The new moon, the crescent, when I don't know, was that the 15th on the Sabbath? Oh man, it was something to see. It was something to see. That star was so bright. And at first I was like, is that a plane? That's how big the star was. Now, the last time I saw the star was the last new moon cycle. So it seems to keep showing up every new moon cycle. Okay. Like follow the star. Okay, we're going to follow the star. And last time I saw it, it wasn't as bright as it is now. It's getting brighter. If you have the eyes to see, then see. If you have a telescope, then listen, you need to telepathically telescope, look out and see that big, beautiful star. Okay. Something about you ascending to the North Node. I feel like that's what it represents. Yeah. Listen, your manifestations, collective. Hey, look, commercial break. Newcomers, let me just explain what a commercial break is. A commercial break is when I just decide to kind of get on a soapbox, meaning I give my 2 cents, I give my own personal opinion, and I just feel like I'm kind of entitled to that. That's my agreement with the divine. That's the only way that I could have reincarnated. Otherwise, I'd just be down here working, and I don't know if that would have worked out for me. I probably would have denounced the spiritual contracts. Needless to say, that's what a commercial break is. If you're new, now you know. If you've survived to this point, congratulations. You are now having with us a commercial break if you should so choose. We don't force anybody to do anything over here. We're not into dictatorship. But one thing is for sure, two things are for certain, that commercial breaks are essential. You will learn to love them. Needless to say, commercial break, listen, let these people play in the mud, in the dark, in the dirt. Collective, do you know what we got coming in right here around the full moon? New moon, full moon. Somebody put up their affirmation. Somebody put up their confirmation. Somebody put up an affirmation and got a confirmation. Instantly, I resonate with that. Manifestations, let these bum ass dirty dogs make dolls and statues and wooden dolls and puppet dolls or whatever the hell they got going on in the image of the ancient soul that you are. But one thing that I know with this mess right here, it's not going to fly. It's not going to go where they think it's going to go. That star was confirmation, y'all. That star above the moon, I could not denounce it. I could not ignore it. I saw it. Listen, imprisonment. These are people that thought that they could imprison your soul in the vain image of a doll. This is somebody that called on and tried to pull at your spirit man, your spirit woman, only to find an ancient soul that they can't seem to contain in a doll. Okay? Imprisonment. Hey, when I tell you the arrest warrants have been issued, when I tell you that the ancestors, there's a special task force. There's special angels. Some of these people ain't never seen. You ever seen an angel moving so fast it looks like it's standing still, but really it's moving fast? Something like that. Supernatural angels, supernatural spirit team. I can't make this up. Didn't I just say the arrest warrants have been issued? There's a special task force. Somebody got to get the hell up out the way. I just heard the ancestors say they ain't got to go home, but they got to get the hell up out the way and take your little funky ass, raggedy ass voodoo doll with you. Since you love it so much, you want to call a collector's name? Go ahead. Your name holds weight. Your name has ascended. Anytime somebody mentions your name in the ethers, here, there, wherever, to a doll, baby, the bells go off. Arrest warrants have been issued. These people are being dragged into spiritual court, cosmic court, because they thought it was a game, even still. And the star is getting brighter. Listen, I'm telling you, that star above that crescent got brighter. Okay. Am I done with my commercial break? Sometimes my commercial breaks, I'm just going to admit, sometimes they do blend in with the reading. They're just kind of like, it's just one big long opinion. Okay. It's coming from a good place. Intentionally. My intentions are good. Please don't let me be misunderstood. And even if I am, you need to pray about that. I'm not for everybody. Divine feminine energy, though, is here. Divination. We got good energy, divine feminine. I love it. What's that song? Please Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood. I gotta find that by Nina Simone. That's one of my favorite songs. Clarify, Holy Spirit, what's going on here? Okay. Yeah, I can't make this up. You have a commitment to your higher self, a commitment to the North Node. You have spiritual contracts that need to be adhered to. This is good work. You have so much going on. It seems like you're living your dream. You're like, you got to remind yourself to breathe. Is this really happening? Yes, it's really happening. Look, and there's no interference because the arrest warrants have been issued. Okay. Clarify, arrest warrants have been issued. The ancestors are on that ass. I can make this up. You intuitively know. I saw something the other day that says silver crown. Silver crown. And there was a really big crown on this billboard. I said, oh, interesting. My angels are always talking to me. They love giving me like little signs here and there just to let me know that all is fine, all is well. Hopefully, I'm doing a good job, creator. Confusion and illusions have been shattered. There are no confusions. There's nothing blocking your intuition, collective. Nothing. Your intuition is on point. Whatever this cloud of misjudgment or somebody trying to pass judgment on you or get judgment to be passed on you in the harshest of ways, it has been eliminated, or at least it will be by way of the moon cycle this time around. Some of these witches and warlocks, they predicate their lives around the moon cycles, okay? That's the only time they feel like they can really kind of get something popping. It's giving that kind of energy. What's going on, Spirit? It's nothing for the divine to cut these witches off. Divinity, that's what I just heard. A lot of them are inquiring about your intuition. Okay, they could be going to readers. If they're readers, they're flipping cards, but they really can't tap into the energy. They're just third-party stitches in the background getting stitches. Damn. Somebody should have stitched up that hole in that doll since they kept stabbing that doll. That's crazy. I'm not going to put their business out here, but they're going to jail, spiritual jail, okay? Confusion and illusion in the reverse third-party situation. They can no longer be in the background. They can no longer look over your shoulder. They can no longer be in the Five of Swords, That Five of Swords energy is a nasty energy because I always depict the Five of Swords as like, hey, my sword is on the ground. And then you got somebody that's like, no, we're going to fight. But you're walking away and somebody likes to sneak up and like look over your shoulder or like catch you from behind type energy. It's giving that kind of energy. Like that's over. Okay. Somebody is mad because they can't change something. They can't interfere with your balance. That's what I just heard. Somebody's like, oh, you just at peace. It's impenetrable. Yeah, it is. Mature woman in poverty. Somebody's being left out. Okay. Who is this mature woman in poverty? I just heard starved for your energy, starving for your energy. So somebody could have been using a voodoo doll to get your energy. Yeah. Or to heal off of you. Okay. This is an older woman. All right. Mature woman. Clarify. Using a voodoo doll. Now they're in desperate need of your energy, okay, of which they will never get. This is an older woman who's doing a love spell, okay? Clarify love spell. Mature woman, please help on a boss. What's going on? Mature woman, please help. Poverty and love spell. Third party situation. The ancestors have handed out arrest warrants. So whoever this person is, it's over. Because something has been cleared up. You broke some type of curse off your bloodline, off of something. And it's big. It's big. Okay. Clarify what's going on, Holy Spirit. Yeah, I can't make this up. This came up in the reverse. Let me take it exactly the way it fell with the veil in the reverse. Yeah, you see beyond the veil. You see somebody as fake as hell. There's an older woman here. Okay. This could be a mother figure, an auntie, a grandmother. Okay. Love spell, poverty. This is a witch in somebody's family that had a voodoo doll on them to keep them bound. This person was siphoning somebody's energy, healing off of their high frequency. Now somebody can't heal anymore off of your energy, and something about you gaining momentum and getting some type of gift from the universe that's rightfully yours. It belongs to you. Good karma. Boss energy. You're in leadership. Clarify what's going on here. Arrest warrants have been issued. Yeah, I can't make this up. Somebody was like an older woman putting a Jezebel spirit on somebody to siphon their energy. This could be sex magic, or somebody was having sex with the doll that they made in the image of you. And somehow they were getting energy, but now they're in poverty. They can't siphon your energy. Your energy is too busy. Your energy is moving around too much for them to take something from you. You're a healer and divinity. So basically, let's just talk about what's going on here. You've ascended beyond somebody's magic. It's not having any effect on you. And somebody really wants to inquire about your intuition. Somebody is very, how do you say, I don't want to say inquisitive. They're inquisitive, yeah, but they are, they're dying to know, yeah, what you know about what they're doing. But the fact of the matter is, it's all been exposed in spiritual court. These people were dropped off at spiritual court only to be led right into jail. Their cases are not even getting heard. The ancestors are here. Clarify, something is done for real. Clarify what's going on. That's crazy. Sex magic. Okay, somebody was heavy into sex magic. You got the Ice King in the reverse, and they're not apologetic about this. It's somebody with a really nasty spirit. Okay, clarify. They were doing voodoo. What's this going on, spirit? Give me current energy. Twin flame dynamic to separate you from your soulmate. But see, your soulmate is your higher self. Your twin flame dynamic is you balancing out masculine, feminine energy. Now, there is a commitment here that's coming in, a very beautiful one by way of what you're manifesting, but twin flame dynamic can only be attained through self-love. And then self-love helps you to ascend to the north node, to divinity, one with swords, high priestess. Then you get your silver crown, your gold crown, your triple crown. You're a healer. You transmuted pain within yourself. This is also healing mother's side of the family, feminine energy, and father's side of the family within you. Okay, so what's going on here? Yeah, family dynamic, something within your family dynamic. So this could be a woman within your family, okay? Or something about the 10 of cups and something about you breaking a curse. Yeah, there's a curse that can go on no more. I don't know what this is on somebody's bloodline, but this can go on no more. It's over. Arrest warrants have been issued. Somebody's taking, yeah, I can't make this up. Hey, whoever you are, let me tell you something. These prayers are tailored fit for you. You know, when you pray to this capacity, faith, and pathway, you know that the divine is about to take you to the next level, that you've successfully released something that was within a family dynamic or a bloodline dynamic. There's nothing that anybody can do to attack your right now moment, who you are today. It's pretty much a wrap. This is like solid faith, planting seeds, knowing that the divine is hearing your prayers. The only way for somebody to pray like this, they have to have a direct connection to source, because even your prayers come from the divine. You know, sometimes you got to tap into creator to know what it is that you're praying about. You know, you ever been in the middle of your prayers and spirit will put on your heart to pray for somebody, and you have to be obedient to that because you're being guided by the divine to pray for somebody, to cover them. Faith and pathway. These are the kind of prayers. Yeah, I just heard I have to pray about what it is I got to pray about, and then wait for the divine to tell me what is it that we're praying about. Direct connection to source. Divination. Wow. Clarify, Holy Spirit. It's going down. Something about you being wealthy. Something about you being a boss. For some of you, you could be the first millionaire, billionaire in your family, but some type of curse has been broken. However long the curse was supposed to be on the bloodline, on you, whatever this is, somebody within your family dynamic, whoever this mature woman is, she wasn't able to keep this curse going. Somebody wanted somebody to carry the curse in order to benefit from them. Like, have you carry the curse in the family, but then they would benefit, but now they're in poverty? Oh, wow. Clarify what's going on. Yeah, real love. You got true love here. You got real love, true love. This is beautiful. This is beautiful energy. This is not harboring any resentment. This is not being fake, phony, inauthentic. This is like real, true love. Like, you've healed and people are still trying to lie on you. Bearing false witness, mixing the truth with the lie. That's a form of casting a negative spell, but those words have been dismantled. before they even think them, before they even say them. That's what I just heard. They've been dismantled, fell right on top of this Jezebel. Now you got a Jezebel laying in the bed with a surprised look on her face because her and the doll and whatever they're doing on a very like unnatural level, something is like unnatural sexually. This could also be incest, y'all, within the family through spell work, though. It's giving that. Like, if there's an older woman, they got a doll on somebody, their children, their grandchildren, they're doing something that's incestuous. Like, it's some type of curse or something that somebody is carrying on. But this right here also, in my opinion, represents mental illness. Something's been casted out of somebody's bloodline. Something can't be passed on to your children, your children. Like, look at your commitment status. You're in a high vibration. The curse of divorce and being a single parent or barren or whatever this is has been broken. Why is this person so dead set on this? Child arrest warrants have been handed out. Arrest warrants have been handed out because you're achieving your goals. You overcame something. And you did it the right way, you know? Like this person can't find no dirt on you. They really wish they could find something within you to attach to, something that's out of order, something that's not divine, but somebody's coming up empty-handed. All they have is the doll and then this Jezebelian ass energy. Somebody's starving. They're starved for energy. Somebody was healing off of somebody else's energy. I can't make this up. Emotional pain. Clarify. Jealous and envious. There's a spirit being casted out. A spirit of envy and jealousy in a family dynamic. Like, let's just say if this was a family where people were being played against each other, that's being casted out. You know, like cousin against cousin, sibling against sibling. There was somebody that was egging that on. There was somebody that was playing with energy in the background to like make people be in chaos. Again, I'm getting like a woman who's supposed to be like the matriarch of the family. So everybody's coming to her for advice, but she's got love spells on everybody, making everybody promiscuous. Somebody may have even encouraged somebody to sleep with somebody else in the family. It's like this person is real messy. This is the kind of person that'll try to encourage, you know, like your brother's girlfriend to sleep with the cousin. Like somebody's real messy. Somebody's messy as hell. Okay. It's a spirit on this bloodline and something stopped right here. Okay. Obsession. Clarify. Transition in the reverse. Refusing to change. Clarify. Change. Somebody's refusing change. So whatever this is, somebody is refusing change. A death spell backfired. Something instantly backfired. You know, the thing with voodoo, let me tell you, it takes a while sometimes for it to kick in, you know? Let's just say somebody did a death spell last night, or they were pulling at somebody's energy or trying to bind them to the past so they can't move forward. Or it's like in order for somebody to bind you to the past and pull you back to the past, you still have to be in distress about something or unhealed within yourself. And that's not the case. If somebody did a death spell last night, child, before the sun came up, you went through some type of transformation. You could be seeing butterflies with change. You went through an ascension. Somebody was giving you evil eye. They were even projecting. Spirit said they weren't giving you a damn thing. They were giving it to the doll. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit is like, listen, we are not playing. Okay. They were giving it to the doll. They were evil eyeing the doll. They were, you know, assuming that this doll was you. But you know what happens when you assume? It makes an ass out of them, and them are you and me, but not me, but not really, but their asses are all out. Listen, it's too much. Emotional pain. So somebody was projecting like depression, sadness, envy, jealousy, anger, agitation onto a doll. But you are now aware. They're shocked that you've awakened. That you've awakened to something and you decided to change. And so you left this person behind. It's like a sick and twisted spiritual contract. It's like with the mature woman and voodoo, it's like, oh, but that's Meemaw. Like Meemaw's ass is sick though. On a spiritual level, she's doing love spells on people. And then you got this woman wanted the men in the family to not have emotions. Like she wanted to drain them of their emotional stability or feelings or empathy. She wanted to stifle their feminine nature so that they're just dogs, basically. Men who run through women, disrespectful. Why would somebody want that? They have to be possessed. The ancestors are saying, we're sending out arrest warrants. We're about to snatch Meemaw's ass up. Nana in them, Paw in them. This is an old ass lady that's too old to be doing something like this and got love spells on everybody. Child that ain't working no more. Clarify. Somebody's going through the rites of passage. Yeah, look, somebody's moving on. If this older lady was able to manipulate men in the family, or if people were turning against each other and all of a sudden you're like, I don't know what happened. That was my favorite cousin. We got along so well. Or this person was doing stuff behind the scenes. Ain't no way we coming to Thanksgiving dinner. I feel like the dressing got something up in it. You feeding people something that ain't good. Somebody's moving on. Okay. Now somebody's house is barren. Nobody's going towards this person. Transition in the reverse. Meemaw got mad. Okay. This old dark ass Meemaw got mad, did magic. Somebody moved on, broke a generational curse. And this death spell that they just did recently with transition, trying to bind somebody's soul. Somebody transformed right in the middle of the death spell. Just imagine somebody channeling death over you. Or so they think. They're doing it to the doll. And they're calling the doll your name. And they're speaking certain things. This is what's worked for them. They know a little bit of voodoo, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, right? They did it. And all of a sudden you go through a major transformation and transition in a reverse. Or this old lady don't want to go through a death. She's trying to hang on. So she needs somebody's energy and she's projecting her depression onto somebody. So the way she's had somebody bound was like mental illness, confusion and illusions. That's in the reverse. Somebody can see just fine, emotional pain. And then Ice King, this is like taking the emotions of a man, people in the family, and making them emotionless, but only loving to her. Thank you, Spirit. It's a Jezebel Meemaw, it's a Jezebel old lady, a Jezebel grandmother, honey. Clarify what's going on, Holy Spirit. Somebody's moving on. They don't give a damn. They said death spell or not, I'm moving on. Look, house. Somebody could have moved out of a house. Or clarify. Somebody was giving somebody the evil eye for real. Look, and it still came out. This came out in the reverse though. Okay. So something about a house in disruption or chaos or whatever. Somebody could have just walked away like, I'm getting up out of here. Because a house in the reverse is a house that's been uprooted. It's not stable. There's no solid, decent foundation. Okay, give me new energy, please, and thank you. Something about a death spell. Somebody recently did a death spell. False narrative. This person has told people all kinds of things in the family. They really want you to stay in this, but this is over. Something good's about to happen. Clarify what's going on. Something good's about to happen. Yeah, listen, bondage. They want you to shut up about it too. Too bad. Shut the hell up. Maybe they're telling the daughter, shut the hell up. Clarify. Yeah, you're not shutting the hell up. You're an earth angel, honey. Whatever you've come to do, you will continue to do it. Ascension, North Node, manifestation. If they're going to be mad, they need to get big mad. Look, flying monkey ass, weird ass energy. Still talking about you moving on. Why are these people still talking about you? Because they're stuck under this illusion of whatever this magic is. This was supposed to be you stuck in the past, constantly talking about the same thing, every moon cycle, every this. Those are looping illusions. Get up out the loop. Let it go. Write a letter to your last moon version of yourself when it was a full moon, and write one to the next full moon if you make it. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, somebody thought that you were going to be sitting up constantly reliving some type of flying monkey's ass energy affected by all these false narratives, when in fact you just turned your back on it, and what was said and you didn't give a damn. Somebody thought this was going to break you down. Now their words are returning to them and they're not void. Somebody doesn't like that. Clarify what's going on, Holy Spirit. Throat chakra. They want you to shut the hell up. Somebody could have thyroid issues, something like that. Okay. That could be Meemaw's old ass grandma, this old toxic ass voodoo witch lady in the family. Listen, you got thoughts. These people did love spells over you. Whoever this person is, they did a love spell because they thought that if they used voodoo to bind you, to keep you bound, that you would be hurt in your head about them and that you would come back home. But a house is not a home if there's nobody there that's supportive. What the hell is that? House in the reverse. So you said, nah, I'm out of here. Nah, y'all always do this. I'm out. Moving on. And it's for real this time. So the flying monkeys went to work, okay? As soon as you left, as soon as you flew the coop, they went to work. I just heard one flies the cuckoo's nest. So you flew up out the cuckoo's nest with the cuckoo bird. You knew something wasn't right. Somebody got spirits all in their house and all kinds of weird stuff. Go in their house and you just start coughing. You're like, every time I sit right here on the couch, I just start coughing. Yeah, they got a spirit in the corner. Little something. Somebody's a nasty witch for real, for real. Okay, this is all they do. This is what they live for. This is all they do here. Okay, they cannot be trusted. And you know that. So they're shocked that you know that. You may have gone through some type of emotional pain, but you got over it real quick. Okay, change. You fought off some type of death energy. Not even you fought it off. You simply ascended beyond it. You sure did. You ascended beyond this nasty stuff. You transmuted it. You turned it into an Ace of Pentacles. You turned it into a one-way trip to the North Node, cashing in good karma, healer's energy. Okay, clarify. Yeah, they can't manipulate you anymore. They can't manipulate you. They can't manipulate nobody. They can't manipulate the voodoo doll. They can't manipulate people in the family. They can't manipulate the energies around you. Manipulation in the reverse with earth angel energy. You've awakened to the fact that you are an earth angel, whoever I'm talking to. Look, and I can't make this up. This old ass person was putting like lustful spirits on somebody. This could be like a young guy or all the people in the family. It's weird. I can't explain it. Okay. Somebody was putting lustful energies, like they like to see people cheat on people. And I don't know what the hell this person got going on. They just don't want it. They don't like it. I don't know. They put a lustful energy, ancestral energy on somebody. They wanted somebody very lustful. This could have even been, wanting somebody to be same sex that was not same sex. It's like this woman wanted to control everybody's life, every aspect. Okay. She uses a lot of love spells and lustful energy. And I just heard gluttony. This is somebody that likes to work with unclean spirits, basically, likes to see people fight, chaos. And then when it comes to her, they show her love, okay? Because there's a love spell here. This person wants to control people's minds, okay? Now she can no longer inquire through the doll by way of your intuition. You've basically transformed so much. This person doesn't even recognize your energy. Damn. This person thought you were going to be in your head about them, like, oh, I really miss Meemaw. No, Meemaw's ass is wicked. False narrative. She sits up with unclean spirits and she's put like bad spirits on somebody, like depression, sadness, isolation, all kinds of weird. I'm talking dark energy, okay? Flying monkeys. And then she even gossiped, okay? I just heard ain't nobody listening to her. Okay. So she's starting to wear her own energy. Finally, people are starting to see her for who she is. That's what I just heard. Yeah, this thief. This is an energy thief. Meemaw is look, I called her Meemaw. This dirty little Meemaw. Big shout out to anybody who's a real Meemaw. We love you. But this is a dirty little Meemaw. Okay. She's stolen so much time, energy, effort from other people. She doesn't want to die. She keeps trying to transfer debt to somebody. Yeah, it's not working. You got a community of people, a whole bunch of people that see you as a sweetheart and an earth angel. This person cannot manipulate energy around you anymore. They just can't. And they don't like that. The truth is coming out by way of divination. Okay. You got a lot of high vibrational beings that can actually see through these illusions. This is why people have to really be careful. Okay. Especially if you're a reader, especially if you are a spiritual practitioner. Why? because this energy is so dark. Now, let's just say somebody came to you with this energy and you go to read the energy, and this person has attached so many things to an innocent person. If you don't know what you're doing as a reader, or you've not grown with your gift, you won't be able to see into the illusion of this. You'll really think that this is somebody's energy. And this is what this woman intended. It was for somebody to be seen in this dark energy. Her goal was to manipulate people around a sweetheart. But remember, manipulation came up in the reverse. Somebody did not want people to see you as an earth angel. Her time is up. And I don't know what exactly that means. Okay. When I mean time is up, her time is up for this type of behavior. The arrest warrants have been issued. Somebody's getting picked up personally by the divine. Most High God's like, I got a task force that I could send. I got some angels that I could send. In fact, I did send angels and you ignored the fact that I told you to stop and leave well enough alone. Somebody can't stop living off of somebody's energy. You ever seen somebody taking somebody's energy so much that they really honestly believe that the energy belongs to them? And so when you call your energy back, this little weird ass witch, this bastard, Satan's bastard, they feel like the energy belongs to them. They get an attitude. They're sitting there with the doll. I'll teach you. No, you're going to teach the doll. You and the doll have become one. Something like that, child. Somebody is off the chain. Somebody's bloodline has been cleared. When I mean somebody's bloodline has been cleared, your children will marry into divinity. Their partners will be of high vibration. Your bloodline has been cleared. Whatever happened before you got to this level, it's been cleared. If you're looking to start a family, your family will definitely be kindred souls. You're giving birth to beautiful people. This is a part of your pathway. This is what you came back to get. You said, let me just go ahead and reincarnate real quick. I'm just go ahead and just renew my contract. I'm going to walk the earth and I'm going to get what it belongs to me. Wealthy woman. Okay. Yeah, I just heard I'm every woman. I'm every woman. It's all in me. Anything you want done, baby, I do it naturally. Whoa, whoa. I can cast a spell so that you can tell. Somebody has mastered every woman, meaning all the elements, Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands. They're the Empress, okay? Queen of Swords, divine feminine energy, okay? So whoever this mature woman is that's very immature, she played her last hand. The Most High God has already sent her an arrest warrant. Most High God says, I'm going to personally pick this person up as guided by the ancestors. So the ancestors on the other side are tired of her. They don't see that she's serving a purpose, especially now that this bloodline has a new leader, somebody that is held in high honor, somebody that is not going to carry the curses into the next lineage. Yeah, somebody that said, nah, I'm going to denounce the deals with the devil, and so will my offspring. Every curse that you tried to place on them has been broken, but something backfired instantly, y'all. It's like whoever this old woman is, maybe she's used to these curses playing out for years, and it takes a while for somebody to awaken. Somebody did a death spell last night before the sun came up. Something backfired. That's the fastest backfire that this old witch has ever seen. But the arrest warrants were already issued. So somebody wanted to have a last little, voodoo party or whatever this is. Yeah, it's senseless. It's useless. At some point, you ascend so high that the voodoo doesn't bother you. Okay? Somebody was trying to come for your feet. That's what I just heard. They wanted to come for your feet. So your ankles, that's your intuition. Your feet, that's your psychic abilities. Remember that. This is how voodoo works. This is how a lot of these people work. They don't like the fact that these secrets are coming out. But the dolls, they don't represent anything other than their own fears. And so now that they can't find anything in you, project on anything to you, or attach anything to you, that energy absolutely has to stay stale and stagnant within the vessel of whatever they got going on. Whatever they spewing out, their words are returning back to them. That's what I just heard. So let them sit with that. And somebody's time is long overdue. The bloodline has already decided from a spiritual level that you deserve this graduation. And when you stop being manipulated by this person and you turned away is when you broke the curse. Because you've already satisfied whatever the spiritual contract is. Yes, you and Meemaw, this witchy little Meemaw in the family, y'all had a contract. Whatever it is, it's already been satisfied. She can't reignite it, reinit. No, it's already been satisfied. We're not going to do this with you every moon cycle because you don't know how to get up out of your toxic ways of being. Okay? Your soul mission has already been decided, Meemaw, wherever you are, wherever you're at. Okay? Thank you, angels. Most High God says, expect a visit from the Creator. You know, sometimes we're like, oh, the angels or Archangel Michael. No, Most High God says, I got this one. I'm going to pay this person a personal visit because whoever you are, kindred soul, you are held in such high honor. You are God's favorite daughter. Your prayers never went unheard. Your tears were held in the highest of tables, at the highest level, kept on a mantle in the Most High God's house, honey. That's somebody that's God's favorite daughter, God's favorite son. Most High God says, I'm going to pay this person a personal visit so they know that it is me, the Creator, that is bringing them complete and total and utter destruction. Time has been up. And to create illusions around the time being elongated and not up is just foolish activities. It's over. Somebody tried to do a love spell to pull you back to the family, this toxic ass family, because you're the only one that survived and got away from this nasty magic. Everybody else is still under a spell. That's what I just heard. Listen, I love y'all. Close these doors, Holy Spirit. I call all my energy back. May my intuition be in alignment with divine assignments. Anybody sending me any nasty energy, well, guess what? I'm going to put it on a plate and I'm going to have it delivered to your door. DoorDash and all that karmic ass energy right on back to you. Ding dong. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. I will see you in the next reading. Until then, as always, peace be with you.